has not made any effort either to maintain me or my child. I am completely dependent upon my brother, earning member in my parental house. My father is there, but he is aged and he has no independent income. A lady who comes back from the matrimonial house in such a situation, certain domestic situations are also there in my parental house. So I had to take a nearby rental accommodation for a small amount where I am keeping with my wife respondent to Lordship.
You have an application, a supplementary affidavit.
I have an application, supplementary affidavit,
And
my
affidavit of assets.
and they have filed their
Opposition.
composite opposition as well as affidavit of assets.
And this is your reply.
This is my reply to that.
Very well. Yes, move the matter, Mr. Mukherjee. The application.
My lord, the marriage under Hindu Marriage Act.
So you can take a seat. Yes.
Marriage under Hindu Marriage Act.
Right.
Solemnized on 20th February 2011. A male child was born on 1st June 2016. And unfortunately, the child is autistic. And that was one of the reasons, as my client alleges, that she was driven out of the house. Quote unquote, a defective child.
Son.
And thereafter, the parties are living separately. In 2020, my learned friend's client files a suit for divorce in the court of learned district judge at Hooghly, which came to be dismissed, assailing which they are before Lordship in this appeal. In the learned trial court, we filed section 24. We also filed written statement, but we could not pursue our legal remedies there because of my condition of penury. Here even,
no order was passed on this section.
No orders were passed.
It was dismissed for default.
I think so. She doesn't even know what has happened. Even here, she has taken the assistance of High Court Legal Services Authority. Now, we have filed this application. Our contention is the husband, from the date of separation, that is from 2016 onwards, has not made any effort either to maintain me or my child. I am completely dependent upon my brother, who is the only earning member in my parental house. My father is there, but he is aged and he has no independent income. And as a lady who comes back from the matrimonial house in such a situation, certain domestic situations are also there in my parental house. So I had to take a nearby rental accommodation for a small amount where I am keeping with my child.
What do you do?
I do nothing. I'm a housewife.
Totally on your brother?
Totally on my brother and from my father's savings, which he assists. Now, my lord, if Lordship kindly comes to now my prayers, Lordship will kindly take up my supplementary affidavit because that is much more comprehensive. Cantu was filed in a little hurry. If Lordship kindly comes to paragraph 8, I have narrated the requirements headwise. Lordship got it? Paragraph 8.
What have you annexed for the child? The
my lord,
school papers you have filed and
yes.
The treatment papers?
I have filed the doctor's prescriptions. Lordship kindly comes to page.
Any medical bill or anything?
Yes. Lordship kindly comes to page 8 of my supplementary affidavit.
Yes.
Lordship got it?
Yes.
Name such and such, age 4.5 years. Kindly sees this medical prescription as 4/11/2020. Unable to respond his name while calling. Parental interview was required, which only my interview could happen. Showing temper tantrums, socialization good, toilet indication absent, eye contact fair, unable to chewing, unable to blowing and chewing, problem of hair cutting, unable to doing brushing, unable to follow up command, problem in dressing, tactile avoidance behavior present, hand flapping present, fear is fire. Then these are the advices given. Certain advices given by tactile stimulation, seasoning integration, wheelbarrow working, chewing activity, candle, all those things. Lordship, I started the therapy. In the next page, Lordship will kindly find that I started the therapy, which I could not continue.
What does the husband do, Mr. Mukherjee?
He is in Calcutta Police, working admittedly as a computer supervisor in the office of the Kolkata Commissioner Kolkata Police in Cyber Cell. And I claim that he is earning about 85,000, but from the affidavit of assets, they are claiming that he earns a salary of 43,600 in contractual employment. But Lordship, I'll show from his affidavit of assets, there he has admitted 43,600 as his regular salary and about 43,000 as his other emoluments.
Show us from his affidavit of assets.
Lordship kindly comes to husband's affidavit of assets at page 8.
Yes.
What government contractual service computer supervisor administrative officer Kolkata Police Directorate 43,600 column 1. Lordship kindly comes next. Perquisites and other benefits. The entire thing. Lordship turns the page. He says gas, electricity, water, all perquisites 43,400. So it comes up to 86,000, around 87,000. But he claims that his total.
Where are the deductions? His deductions?
His deduction he has not shown.
Has he given any income slip?
Yes, he has given. Lordship kindly comes to page
35.
No, his salary slip is at page 39. Though it is of 29th November 2024, not of the month preceding the affidavit, it shows earning 43,600. It does not show the perquisites.
Deductions are not shown here. Has he stated anywhere about the deductions?
Deductions, my lord, professional tax 200 only.
Income tax?
Income tax.
He pays separately. He has given anything to show?
Yes, IT return at page 35 of assessment, last assessment year 24-25, where he shows his gross salary 551,700 and no deductions of TDS. It's not coming. Lordship, in affidavit of assets,
what are these deductions? Tax on employment and standard deduction?
The standard deduction is 50,000. That is usually not deducted. That is goes from the salary itself.
So that cannot be a part of his income.
No, that cannot be part of his income. And second, that 2,600, I think, is the 200 rupees professional tax which is being deducted.
So this is yearly.
This is annual.
Annual about 50,000, 52,000.
Yes, my lord. And Lordship kindly comes to his expenditure which he had shown, page 13.
So per month it comes to about
50,000.
Per month.
Per month.
No. Per month the deduction will be what?
Per month the deduction will be
4,300.
So it will
a little more than 4,000.
47,000 net.
No, it's about 43,000 deduction. So even then 44,000 net.
45,000 it comes. Then Lordship kindly comes to his expenditure at page 13 of his affidavit of assets.
Now you say his divorce suit was dismissed, right?
Dismissed.
Yes, page 13.
Page 13, he claims that he is staying in a rental accommodation, paying 10,000 rent, no documents annexed. Then household expenditure 15,000. He claims, I don't know, that I cannot dispute at this stage. But then he separately has shown gas, telephone, TV, cable, etc. And then at page 15, insurance, he says, life insurance, he pays about 5,229. And Lordship kindly turns, he has shown an expenditure of 28,966 at page 16. Extra amount paid by state government. And his total expenditure is 53,149. His income is 44,000. His expenditure is 53,000. And this he includes 28,966 extra amount paid by state government. Lordship kindly turns, comes to page 38. What document he has produced in support of this? Lordship, kindly see page 38. The document
Of his affidavit of asset.
of his affidavit of assets.
Yes.
This is the document forfeiture of remuneration for the period 3rd February 2016 to 31st March 2016. Only one time way back in 2016 that he has shown his regular expenditure for 52 days, for 58 days remuneration which he had extra drawn. That was deducted then.
Yes.
And Lordship, then he claims that he is unwell, medical expenditure. His mother is unwell for that medical expenditure. His brother is unwell, the medical expenditure. And the entire about 100 pages medical documents have been produced. I have gone through them. Lordship kindly sees page 23 of his affidavit in opposition. You got affidavit in opposition, my lord.
Yes.
This is the ultrasonography of KUBP. Lordship, got it? Kindly comes at the bottom, impression. Sonographic study reveals no abnormality.
Significant. There was insignificant abnormality.
Then Lordship kindly comes to page 31. At the bottom, impression, fatty liver. One presumes the reason for that, and that was one of my allegations.
No. Fatty liver can occur due to
yes, but that one of the reason maybe.
Fatty liver can occur due to various.
And then page 45 to 47.
For a teetotaler like you, Mr. Mukherjee, it may mean only one thing. But for people who drink, they know there are other reasons also. 45 to?
Maybe that's no longer a virtue, my lord.
No, drinking is a virtue now.
Yes, I
anyway,
regret.
So 45 onwards, what are these? His
orthopedic prescriptions way back of 2014.
His family, the rest of his family, who are unwell also.
No, for him, his own. But these are of 2014.
Let us hear him. Yes, yes.
And Lordship, 2 more minutes.
Yes.
His mother is not dependent upon him. His father was an employee of Kolkata police and he earns a pension.
Brother?
His brother is independent. I am instructed that he has got political influences there. He acts as a developer. And he's self-employed. And he's 42 years old. Claim is he's epileptic. These are my humble submissions, Lordship. Lordship has seen my detailed expenditure.
Yes. Yes, Mr.
Well, I'm troubled with some of the points he has made. That has to be cross-checked, because the points, that 28,966, the expenditure which has been shown, and the income. First make a submission on the.
How do you cross-check? You have the.
No, I have cross-checked, because there is some mistakes. Apparent mistakes are there, I can see,
We can see two things. We'll be very specific.
Yes,
43,600 is your admitted salary.
Yes.
43,400 you are getting as perquisites.
Yes. No, that is, the difficulty.
Tell us why not.
I cannot show, there's a simple mistake. It has written the same thing. My junior might have mistaken that the same has been written. It has to be as.
No, it's not the same. It's 43,600 and the other is 43,400.
Yes.
It's on oath.
Yes, it's on oath, Only difficulty, it has to be the same one. Otherwise, the net salary which I have annexed, that is admitted fact.
Perquisites are not shown in salary. Holiday expenses, pre-concessional loans. It's very specific, Mr. Attu. Yes. Not just a wayward comment.
No, it shouldn't
the
have
head
been
said,
filled up.
No, it's under a specific head. Perquisites and other benefits, including accommodation, cars, automotive, sweeper, gardener, watchman, personal attendant, gas, electricity, water, interest-free or concessional loans, holiday expenses, so many things. Mistake of a junior. Don't put it on your junior.
Not I'm putting it on junior.
First of all, put it on yourself.
Yes.
And why on yourself also? Put it on your client because he earns this amount.
Yes. No, I say, can you see the 43,400? Can you see serial number 1 of part 4, the statement of income? That is, his net salary is 43,600.
Yes.
And 200 is prerequisites.
200, forget. We give you the 200.
43,400.
It's under the head perquisites. It's a different head.
It's a different head. It shouldn't have been.
No, you cannot have.
Well, because there is no statement.
You should have grown wiser. You should have then filed a supplementary affidavit or given an advance copy to them. At this stage, at the hearing stage, we won't permit you to change. Sorry. Well, you have an autistic child. You have to take care of him.
Well, that is, on
the wife earns nothing. She's hand to mouth. And your brother and your mother can take care of themselves.
No, I have
everybody's mother and brother become sick when they have to pay alimony. So we are aware of that. So let them fend for themselves.
But the
your total income we find is around 87,000, including the perquisites. And after that deduction of 44,
There is no document we have annexed.
that's your
We
problem.
couldn't have.
That's your
We
problem.
couldn't have.
Perquisites, what documents will you annex? Perquisites are not shown.
Not sure, because I don't receive.
If Kolkata police starts to show perquisites of the people, then it will be very difficult
It is true.
because our money is also there.
That is true.
It's not a general comment,
That is true.
but it's difficult. It's we're not so gullible that you don't have any perquisites. The carpets of the CP office is much, I mean, better than any Supreme Court judge's office. Do you know that? But this is hearsay for us. So let us not go on this. We had 44,000 is your net income. 87,000 minus we have given taken out that 43,000 because obviously we were spending that. So 44,000 out of that, around 1/3 comes to something around 14,000. 14,000 for the wife, 6,000 for your autistic son, 20,000 per month you pay to. You expected more.
No.
You should increase a bit.
Not at all. He might kindly see, she has claimed that I
Your claim is 35,000 for both of you. We cannot exceed that. We'll grant a 35.
No, 35,000. Because 43,000 is his net income. He cannot. He has a loan also, 10,000 loan. I've annexed that document also.
Loan is not a standard deduction.
No, because I cannot. I eventually have to pay, milord. Suppose only this.
Beg still borrow.
Yes, milord.
Beg still borrow. Language not of us, wiser heads. That principle is still standing.
Lordship, milord.
If she was with you with the autistic son, you would have to pay this amount, sir.
Yes,
You'd have to pay this amount.
But milord, she left
A lady,
long time back.
a lady,
And
a lady is not even entitled to rupees 14,000 per month. What do you pay to your driver, sir? What do you pay to the domestic helps in total? Have you ascertained? Go and ascertain from your whoever is in charge of your home. 14,000 per month. For a lady, the stature has to be commensurate. You are a computer supervisor with the Kolkata Police, the commissioner's office.
No, that is a
Her stature has to be commensurate with you. 14,000 per month we are granting. This is a pittance. And 6,000, what will she do with that? She should treat her son with that 6,000 per month. And he's suffering from autism. Come on. So it comes to 14 plus 6, 20. He asked for 35. We are not granting 35. Because you can't pay that. 20,000 will definitely grant.
See the breakup of this thing at.
Yes, but we have to balance the conveniences. 44,000 is what we find from taking your estimates. 44,000 is his income. We cannot exceed 1/3. That would be a bit too much for the wife.
1/3 normal circumstance. But
no, under abnormal circumstances, 1/3. Under normal circumstances, 1/5.
No,
so the rule of thumb is 1/5 to 1/3. We are taking the highest, 1/3. And we are just breaking up the heads, 14,000 for you, 6,000 for the child. You may adjust within that. What is the date of filing of this application, Mr.
It was on 3rd August 2023.
Why didn't you file earlier? The appeal was filed in 2022. We should grant it from the filing of the appeal. This is a legal aid case. What is the date of filing of the appeal?
It was filed.
Mr. Dr. You will know what is the date of filing. We will also check up from order.
22 numbering is 2022.
Let us check up. 4th of November 2022. 4th November 2022. So from November 2022. You are granting that. 14.6. Heard learned counsel for the parties, full stop. Upon going through the materials on record placed before us, including the affidavits of assets of both parties, we find that the petitioner wife is in dire straits, D-I-R-E-S-T-R-A-I-T-S. Insofar as her financial condition is concerned, full stop, she is at present dependent on her brother and the paltry finances available from the savings of her father. Full stop. More importantly, the parties have an autistic son who is being brought up by the autistic kotha deben na. Parties have a mentally challenged son who is being brought up by the wife. Full stop. The son is about 8.5 years old. Full stop. Next para. Ample documents have been annexed to the affidavit of assets of the wife to indicate the huge expenditure incurred for the son on a regular basis for his treatment. Full stop. Next para. The appellant / opposite party / husband has taken a plea that he also has to pay for the medical expenses of his brother, within bracket, who apparently is self-employed, bracket closed, and his mother, within bracket, who earns from the pension of the appellant's father. Full stop. Hence, we do not accept the contention of the appellant that he has to spend money for the medical expenses of his family members. Full stop. Next para. The husband is a computer supervisor working on a contractual basis with the Commissioner of Police, Kolkata, in the cyber cell. Full stop. Next para. From the disclosures made in the affidavit of assets of the husband, we find that his monthly income is about rupees 43,600, and his perquisites and other emoluments tantamount amount to rupees 43,400 per month. Full stop. Although, at the time of hearing, it is submitted by learned counsel for the husband that the quantum of perquisites was incorrectly shown, in the absence of any previous attempt to file any application for correction of the same and or any prayer in that regard, we refuse to grant the liberty to the husband to change stance from his sworn affidavit of assets at the hearing stage. Full stop. Next para. In any event, full particulars of the perquisites and nature of emoluments have been stated in the affidavit of assets against the amount of rupees 43,400, and as such, we are unable to brush aside the quantum to be a mere arithmetical error. Full stop. Taken together, the salary of rupees 43,600 per month coupled with the perquisites of rupees 43,400 per month brings the income of the husband to around rupees 87,000 per month. Full stop. A rough estimate of 1/3 of the said amount would come to around rupees 14,000, which we decide the wife is entitled to as her alimony. Full stop. For the son, although he requires much more than rupees 6,000 per month in view of his disability, keeping on balance the take-home income of the husband and the requirements of the wife for herself and her son, we decide to grant an amount of rupees 6,000 per month for the son. Full stop. Accordingly, Can 1 of 2022, Can 2 of 2023 is as an line add kori. Keeping in view the fact that the respondent wife is litigating through the legal aid services, which clearly brings out the indigent condition of the wife, we find no reason to deprive the wife of alimony from the date of filing of the present appeal by restricting it to the date of filing of the application, since we can very well understand the hurdles which the respondent wife had to cross even to reach the corridors of this court through the legal aid services. Full stop. Accordingly, Can 2 of 2023 is allowed on contest, thereby directing the respondent stroke opposite party husband to pay an amount of rupees 20,000 in total, within bracket rupees 14,000 for the wife and rupees 6,000 for the son, bracket closed, per month as alimony pendently to the respondent stroke petitioner stroke wife. Full stop. The current payments, starting from the month of March 2025 shall be paid by the last day of each current month. Full stop. The arrears from November 2022, that is the month of filing of the appeal, till February 2025 shall be paid in 6 equal monthly installments, the first of which shall be paid by the end of March 2025, and thereafter, the next installments by the end of each succeeding month. Full stop. Next para. Have you got any bank account? Give the details.
There was one bank account near my matrimonial home only.
Will it help you if the payment is made online? Otherwise, there will be allegations that you are not receiving. They will be tendering. You will be refusing these allegations.
Take that account and give it to my learned.
Can you do that? I mean, does she have an account? Must have an account.
She has an account.
Otherwise, ask her to open a number.
Last time they paid in that account.
Very well. But furnish details of the current account. We will do that by 2 days. The above payment shall be made directly by way of online banking transfer to the account, to the account of the respondent wife, the particulars of which shall be furnished through the learned advocate for the respondent to the learned advocate of the appellant husband by March 13, 2025.
One thing, Millard, kindly